But our next guest didn't wait a century and a half before he cultivated his own field of dreams, right? Third generation Denver native Bruce Hellerstein joins us, and he opened B's Ballpark Museum, now known as the National Ballpark Museum on Blake Street. It's just steps away from Coors Field, so you could go visit today after the Rockies game. Oh my goodness. All right, give us your early predictions. What's going on with the Rockies this year?
Well, first of all, Jackie, I want to thank you guys very much in Channel 9 for having me on.
Certainly.
I love it. The prediction for the Rockies, boy, put me on the spot.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd like to think it's winning World Series. Realistically, I think 500 would be more realistic.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Okay.
All right. Your museum has been ranked among the top 21 private collections in the world. This is exciting. So where did you get the idea for the museum?
Oh my goodness. I went back to second grade in my thoughts.
Pulled out some old baseball cards.
Well, actually, it was a show and tell session.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, a girl said, her name was Carol, said, I went to Bear Stadium to see the old Denver Bears. And I just ran home as fast as I could. I said to my parents, you got to take me out there.
Really?
So that's where it started.
That one statement, and you had to get out there.
It did.
Okay.
It was like a calling.
And is that really how your love of baseball and baseball parks began? But it started much earlier than that.
It really didn't.
Yeah.
It was just, that was something just sparked there. It was almost like meant to be. Well,
why do you think it's important for our city to have its own baseball park museum?
Well, I think when you look at the national pastime of, quote, Denver, it is. I mean, baseball goes back way over 100 years ago in this area. And in terms of a museum, when you look at public museums in this country, basically this is the only museum west of the Mississippi River.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how did you start to assemble the unique collection that you have?
Well, I went to this personal development course when I was about 30 years old, and they said, close your eyes and picture your perfect paradise. Well, it wasn't oceans and mountains, it was ballparks.
It was ballparks.
And that's where it all started.
Very cool. All right, do you have your favorite piece from the museum here with you?
Oh my gosh. Everything's my favorite.
Everything's your favorite? Really?
But
it's hard to...
What I'd like to do, Jackie, is with all the talk about Trevor's story and all the historic records he's making.
Yes.
And it reminds me of Forrest Gump when he said, you never know when you open a box of chocolate candies. Well, that's what baseball's like.
Aww.
Here today we have Trevor. He's done nothing else but hit home runs every at-bat. They're playing the Padres. They haven't scored a run all season. Both records. And look, you don't know what's going to happen. That's one of the beauties is the behind-the-scenes stories and sub-stories that baseball offers. Now, I have here, just in my hands, as a matter of fact, in the museum.
Here, I hold one.
Thank you very much, Jackie. We try to concentrate and emphasize those one-of-a-kind, unique possibilities that can happen at a ball game.
Okay.
That's one of the beauties. We could see a no-hitter today.
Yep.
We could see a game with the most home runs in history. We don't know. So, for example, this is a close friend of mine, and I don't know if you guys can see this, but Kevin Kuzmanoff, who went to Evergreen High School, went to play in the major leagues with San Diego Padres and even with the Colorado Rockies, did something that nobody has ever done in the history of baseball.
Okay, and that was?
First pitch in the major leagues. What did he do?
Hit a grand slam. That's right. Yeah.
Now, a few years later, someone from Boston repeated that. But at that time, 100+ years, nobody's ever done that.
Outstanding.
Now, this bat right here, I think Rocky fans will recognize Andres Galarraga.
Oh, it's a favorite.
First hit in the history of the Colorado Rockies at Shea Stadium in 1993. This is it. This is his bat. He inscribed it on there. This is actually on loan to the museum. It's one of the, it's really Hall of Fame type
great stuff.
Memorabilia.
Now, do you have to be a baseball fan or a Rockies fan to appreciate the things that are at the museum, or can you be anyone who have just...
All I can say is that it's our national pastime, and the relationship of what baseball represents, the equality, the orderliness of it, the accountability, and the biggest thing is hope. Baseball gives you hope. There's no clock that can stop the rally.
That's right. Now, appropriately, you are located near the stadium, so where can folks find?
Well, I might add that I think I have one throw left in my arm, and I could throw a ball from my front porch to the home plate entrance.
No kidding.
Yes.
How did you get so lucky? Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's all the time we have. Can you believe it? But you know what? We want everybody to come down and see everything at the museum because I know
we would love. Thanks, Jackie. We would love to have everybody. I can guarantee you, everybody will have a good time.
You won't be disappointed.
Right.
I know. I can see some beautiful things here. So, Bruce, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks so much,
well, the
Jackie.
National Ballpark Museum, located just off of 20th and Blake Street, is in Lodo, and it's across from Coors Field. How convenient is that? Parking is available on the street or in nearby lots. Active military and children under age 6 get in free. Regular adult admission is $10. Kids and seniors pay just $5. The museum is open Tuesday through Friday, noon until 5 p.m. For more information, call 303-974-5835 or check out ballparkmuseum.com.